gonna do is ride it tonight. Are we gonna ride it tonight? Catch the beat, have some fun.
We are here for a live listening party for the new ZapCristal album, Our Love Journey, which is now on all music streaming platforms. So anywhere, if you look down, I think it's right down here, you'll see that you got Apple Music, YouTube Music, Spotify, and more. Listen to it now. Search under ZapCristal. So if you look down here, somewhere down. Oh, yeah, over here. Down here, you'll see that. We're gonna do a little interview session here. We're gonna ask a couple questions, and then we're gonna dive straight into this listening party. We're gonna have some fun.
Okay.
So the first thing I want to ask is, there's a lot of people who probably don't know this, but this actually is not your first album.
Nope.
You've actually reached done an album before, and that was how old were you at that time?
I think I was 17 or 18.
Yes, so when you were 17 years old, so only like a year or two ago.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Only a year or two ago.
Yeah.
You dropped the album, and you stepped away from music for quite a long time, until the day that I discovered that you did music, and I was like, nah, you coming back.
Yeah.
And
oh God.
So, but eventually, after working on Arcade 2.0 and becoming a part of the Master Sword Music family, you came to me and said that you wanted to do your own project, that you wanted to do your own thing and make your triumphant return to music. So my first question is, what made you want to come back?
I just wanted to jump back into music because, well, for those that may or may not know, I come from a family of musicians. My dad is a producer. He's a guitarist, a well-known musician where I grew up, and all of my family either sing, play an instrument. Everybody's involved in music one way or another, and including myself. So it's like people say you can never run away from your roots.
Yeah.
Like sooner or later, you're always going to come back to its origins. And for me, it's always been music. But I wanted to make my project special. And for that, I can't just go to anyone. I needed someone who was going to understand the vision that I had for the album. Hence, TJ.
Oh, it makes me feel special.
Yeah.
And it's available on all music streaming platforms. So go to your favorite. Matter of fact, if you haven't heard it yet, I want you to go to your favorite music streaming platform, whatever you use, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, anything, any music streaming platform in the world. Type in ZapCristal and hit that favorite button right now. I want y'all to do that right now. Hit that favorite, hit that save, do all of that. One more question I would like to ask you, and that's simply Our Love Journey, the title. Why that title?
Oh, that's a really good question. So Our Love Journey is basically a sequel to All About You. I always like to tell people there's two sides of the story, and you should listen to both sides of the story. So, in All About You, the point of view from the relationship and how everything came to be was, of course, from TJ the Gamer. But Our Love Journey is all about my perspective, my point of view. But it's also a reference to my healing journey and becoming whole as a person from overcoming so many obstacles and things that I've gone through life. And hopefully through the album, as you listen to each track, it gives you an understanding that you too can heal and that you can love yourself, become whole, because each of us have a journey, and that's the journey of learning to love ourselves. So it's one of the things that I wanted to emphasize about the album, that it's pretty much like I like this comparison because I feel like it's more fitting for my album. It's like going to an amusement park and you have all these rides, and all these rides deliver different experiences, different thrills, and you never know what to expect about it, but you're looking forward to that outcome. So with each track, it's basically the same thing. Like, you don't know what to expect, but you're pretty much anticipating what it's going to deliver because you're excited for that outcome. So it's not really predictable.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that. And with that, we're going to get started. So as we go through each track, I'm going to have her give us a quick little excerpt or any special notes about the track, and I'll also be giving some more background information on the production side of each track, so you can get a little more information about the process of how we put this all together. So, Running Away. Talk about it.
Well, you know, Thousand Star asked, what is a track that gives me the chills? Running Away is the song that gives me the chills every single time. Running Away, so like I mentioned earlier, you know, the album is all about that journey of healing from stuff and learning to become whole, to heal entirely, and that comes with confronting and facing your fears. So for this session, this song was really hard to make, and it came out of the blue, really. All I know is that we were having a beat session one day, and I listened to this beat. I told you I wanted to do something with it, but then every time I was listening to this beat, I just ended up sobbing. I ended up crying, and I knew that the song was pretty much a song of me having to heal from some past experiences. And so yeah, it was a very hard song to write for, because it's basically me being in my most vulnerable state and showcasing to the world at least a little glimpse of, this is what I was going through behind closed doors that you guys never knew, and what was my mental process as I was going through all those things. And it makes me feel like I've grown up and matured in such a way that I feel like if somebody else listens to the track and they're going through something similar, they can at least feel like they're not alone. Somebody else has gone through it and they've been able to overcome.
The production side, Running Away, was produced by me. This is one of the ones that I did. And like she said, this is I was just randomly, like, I have these what I call beat sessions where I'm just making beats just to see if something will hit. And when I started making this one, I saw that she was really getting into it. And once I saw the direction she wanted to go with it, I just, you know, went into it deeper, and just, I wanted to keep it very melodic and very undertone-y, if that makes any sense. Like, it's a very interesting beat. And one of the things I'll say overall about this project, production-wise, is that this has probably been one of the most challenging projects to produce for, because I had to step outside of my normal boundaries to do something different. And you'll see more and more of that as we go further and further along.
Because I'm running, crying while nobody's watching. Don't know who I am, I'm more intoxicated. Seeing there's a chance to jump into the light. Because I'm running, crying while nobody's watching. Don't know who I am, I'm more intoxicated. Seeing there's a chance to jump into the light. Because I'm coming from a place that at first I thought that was all I got. But then I figured, why can't they see it? Feeling all lonely, angry and defeated. Asking myself, I'm just question like, what's the meaning, what's the point of life? If I can't have what I want, always have to act and do what it is right.
I talk about moving on.
Moving on. That's actually a perfect transition. Moving on.
You like that, right?
Yeah,
like
that was very good.
Talk about it.
Yeah, but moving on is very special because, like I was explaining in the previous track, we're talking about freedom, about liberation, about making decisions for yourself and being completely free. And that meant moving on from relationships, moving on from trauma, moving on from hurt, and telling the world, like, hey, I'm not going to dwell on this anymore. I am moving on. I am whole. I am complete. I'm a new person. You may not like this new person, but it is who I've always been from the beginning.
And on the production end, like I said, this was produced by Katetsu Tokai, who, when he came down from Cali to come to the con, he did his production, and he did an amazing job with the production. And then when I heard this song, I was like, all right, you can have this beat, but I gotta get on it.
Yeah.
And once I heard where because she wrote the hook and her part, of course. And once I heard where she was going with it, I instantly was like, because we both pretty much have the same story of coming from hurt situations and wanting to move on from past situations. So it just made sense for me to get on this song and to show my side of the story. So it shows, you know, how you moved on and how I moved on, and then how we moved on together to be what we are now. So.
And it's beautiful because I feel like it's a very relatable track. So if you listen to it, it's a track that anybody can relate to, because everybody at some point has had to move on from something.
While I'm moving on in life, being me and you aside, being someone you don't like, but I'm vibing, trying to drag me in your low. They can see that you're much more, but everyone knows, 'cause you're lying. Now I'm vibing, I'm moving on, I'm riding, sliding through life, I'm grinding. It's exciting.
Let me take a moment to say that if you like what you've heard so far up to this point, we're halfway through. If you like it, you should go to your favorite music streaming platform, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Tidal, some other ones that I can't even think of right now.
Everything except 8-bit tracks.
Yeah, pretty much. We on everything. If you type in the name ZapCristal, you can find this album on your favorite music streaming platform and listen to it. Make sure you give her a follow. Hit that little star or the heart, depending on what platform.
Which actually, thank you to everybody who has been doing it today, because
getting a lot of good feedback.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate everybody who's taking the time to check it out. All right, y'all. Let's keep this thing moving. Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Now this one is, I'm gonna let you talk about it first, but I gotta talk about this one too, because this one is special.
You want to start? Or?
I'll start it off.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is number 9, Water Temple Remix. And I talked about it a little bit before at the beginning of the stream. But Water Temple was actually a song that I did a while back. I want to say it was my second or third.
Remember, go ahead, because I'm going to look this up now.
Yeah, I think it's the second. I want to say it was the second or third album. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But Water Temple was a song that I did a long time ago. And as you guys know, I mean, Master Sword Music, Zelda, check the hat, check the outfit. Obviously, I'm a big Zelda fan. So I wanted to make a love song. It was a little more intimate, a little more sultry.
Heroes Awakening.
Heroes Awakening. So that's... Oh, that was Heroes Awakening?
That was for Heroes Awakening.
Oh, man, I'm way off then. That was album number 6.
Yeah.
I was way off. So my 6th album, the one actually before All About You.
Yeah.
And that one had Water Temple on it. So Heroes Awakening, Water Temple. You can hear the original version there. And when I originally wrote the song, I had actually wrote it to have a female be on it with me. But the person that I had originally planned for it couldn't do it. So I ended up just doing the whole song by myself. And lo and behold, it was one of the songs of mine before we became a couple that she really enjoyed. Yeah. And I had no idea that she really liked that song until when we were working on this project, she came to me and asked me, could she do a remix of Water Temple? And it worked out perfectly because, like I said, I always wanted a female voice on that song. So I let her just take the song and make her own rendition of it.
One of my dreams, besides freedom, like I said, when it comes to like sounds and styles, different styles, is that I always wanted an acoustic session. I've always been fascinated by acoustic sessions because I feel like it really showcases what the artist has to bring to the table. And you didn't know, because I don't think I ever told you I was gonna. All I knew is that I wanted to do an acoustic session, but you didn't know it was gonna be about Water Temple. Mm-hmm. And one day, long story short, I asked you if you would give me permission to remix this. And you were like, "Oh, yeah." I think you were surprised that I actually chose it.
Yeah, I had no idea you even liked that song, that you even knew that song.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna do my own spin and twist to it, and hopefully he likes how I remixed Water Temple. So.
And I did. And the fact that you just absolutely obliterated the song.
My level rises, you into my water temple. My level rises, you into my water temple. So good I made you write it on this instrument. took no water tempo.
And if you enjoyed chilling with Miss ZapCristal, she has a couple places you can follow her. The easiest way to get most of your information, if you go to www.ZapCristal.com,
Yep.
you can find out about all things ZapCristal. She got her own website.
Yeah, actually, speaking about the website, since we're talking about the album, I would encourage everyone to join the email list.
Oh, yeah?
The email list is basically like joining my newsletter, so you can stay in tune with everything I'm doing for the community, covering such as, you know, content for the main channel, the podcast that we work on together, the Recent and Zap podcast, and including the album. So anything that is, you know, utterly important that I want you guys to find out and not miss out on the opportunity of being the first one and finding out, then, you know, hence join the email list. That way you don't miss out on this opportunity, because every time we drop a video, an official music video for the album, it's going to be included within the newsletter as well. So you're going to have the opportunity to basically see everything ZapCristal related.
Know that you're all loved and appreciated, and we will see you guys next time. Peace out.
I'm breaking you, freedom. It's my turn now, I'm free to say, I'm letting go of my dreams. This is called my freedom. So baby, go deeper.
Let's go, put on the show, cause we gon' get this thing bumpin'. They call me Mario, the way I get this thing jumpin'. It's nothing, so get on the dance floor and show your man something.